upgrading the Chandra Bold Pyromancer Planeswalker deck. Hey everyone, it's vmcampos, Magic Fan. So, did you pick up the Chandra Planeswalker deck for Dominaria? I did, and I've upgraded it. It's a good intro deck to get your feet wet with Magic, but if you're thinking about upgrading it, here's my video that does so. Now, my stipulation is I'm only going to use common cards from Dominaria, and I'm also only going to use cards that I got from cracking the packs that came with this deck. So let's see what we got. First of all, we've got the crown jewel of the deck, which is this foil Planeswalker, exclusive card number 275, Chandra Bold Pyromancer. 6 casting cost, you start with 5 loyalty. +1, add red. Chandra deals 2 damage to target player. Cool. -3, Chandra deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. And -7, Chandra deals 10 damage to target player and each creature and planeswalker they control. Very cool board wipe. So, we've also got a few exclusive cards. The Chandra's Outburst, it does 4 damage to a player or planeswalker, not a creature, and then you use it to search for that Chandra planeswalker, 5 mana. Well, this came with 2 of them, but I took out 1 so that then I could have a Seismic Shift for 4 mana, destroy target land, and up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn. So destroy a land of your opponent, go in for the kill because they are tapped. I also had these 2, well actually 3 exclusive Karplusan Hound, 4 casting cost, 3. Whenever Karplusan Hound attacks, if you control Chandra, this creature deals 2 damage to any target. So you have to have the Chandra Planeswalker out before you can do that. There were 3 of them, so I took out 1 of them and instead then replaced with 1 more, Fiery Intervention. 5 casting cost, choose 1. It deals 5 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. So the Hound is nice, but it needs to have Chandra out. Instead, I'd rather have some Fiery Intervention. There were also 4 exclusive Timber Gorges. They come into play tapped and they give you either red or green mana, 4 of them. I took 2 out and instead put 1 more Shivan Fire. So instead of that extra land, Shivan Fire for 1 red mana deals 2 damage. If you kick it, it deals 4 damage. Now the mana base is going to be alright even though I took out a land because of what you'll see in a moment. The other dual land I also took out to put in a Mammoth Spider. This is a 3/5 with reach. There isn't much air defense in this deck, so I put 1 of these. But it's okay that I took out some lands because it came with 2 Llanowar Elves, 1 casting cost to then give you 1 green mana. I added 2 more Llanowar Elves, so the full playset of these mana dorks that give you more mana. And then I also added more of the Elfhame Druid, gives you mana or gives you 2 green mana for kicked spells. So I ended up taking out 2 cards that I didn't really like at all, the Gitu Chronicler and the Crozon Druid. Yeah, I didn't really like them, so I took them out so I can add those other creatures. I added 1 more Gift of Strength, I believe. Untapped target creature gets +2/+2, or if I kick it, +4/+4. So I took out a Pierce the Sky to the sideboard. 7 damage to creature with flying. So, great sideboard card, not in the main deck anymore. I added an extra Baloth Gorger. 4 casting cost for a 4/4. If instead you kick it for 4 more, it comes in with 3 +1/+1s. So a 7/7 if you kick it. And with those mana generators, you should be able to. Speaking of more mana generators, I added another Primordial Wurm, another huge creature, 7/6. I took out the Gaia's Protector. I don't like this one. Must be blocked if able. So it's only a 4/2, it's got to be blocked, casting cost a little high. Yeah, higher casting cost here, but we've got more mana generators, so beefier creature. Now, we have 3 Fire Elementals. I took out 1, and I put in a Thorn Elemental instead. 7 casting cost for a 7/7. Really interesting ability here. You may have Thorn Elemental assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So even if this is blocked when you attack, you can have all 7 damage, sort of like Trample, go through completely to your opponent. So 1 Thorn Elemental out for that. I left in the Gilded Lotus. Add 3 mana of any one color. Artifact. It's 5 mana, so you have to spend a little to get to it, but then you get 3 mana. I may take this one out and then maybe add another Elfhame Druid, because then you get a creature plus double mana for kicked spells. And let me see. The Fire Elementals are fine. Probably keep them both. Maybe remove 1 and add some more direct damage. I also left in the Fight with Fire. 3 casting cost, deals 5 damage to target creature. If you kick it, it can deal 10 damage, and you divide up the damage how you want. I left in Marwyn the Nurturer. She's a 1/1. Whenever another elf enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1 counter on Marwyn. And then you can tap and add green mana equal to her power. Well, I've added some more Llanowar Elves, so potentially with these 4, she's a 5/5. And then we've got the Elfhame Druids. That's another +3. So she could get pretty big. Tap her, get even more mana, do kicked spells, bring out those big fatties. Or we've also got Grunn the Lonely. Legendary creature, 6 casting cost, 5/5, kicker of 3. If Grunn was kicked, it enters with 5 +1/+1s. Whenever Grunn attacks alone, double its power and toughness until end of turn. So this could be freaking devastating. This could be a 20/20 attacking creature if you pull it off right. If you destroy these lands, if you Seismic Shift a land and then make creatures cannot block, you come in with Grunn. Devastating. The original mana base was 11 forests, 11 mountains, plus those 4 dual lands. I took out 2 of them, like I said, and I'm going to keep 2, so we'll have 24 lands in total. There were 26 before, so I took out those couple of lands for more creatures and such, and keeping these dual lands, but I think they're too slow for such an aggro deck. I don't like these come into play tapped and you don't even gain any life or anything. So these are on the short list to be removed. Maybe just put in some plain old lands instead. Again, I'm thinking about what to do with the Gilded Lotus. Is it too expensive? If I remove it, I could do other things like the Seismic Shift, perhaps, destroying their lands, because after all, they can't play spells if they have no lands. Chandra's Outburst, there were 2 of them. It just needs 1. Big casting cost to deal 4 damage, and then tutor for your Planeswalker. For more direct damage, maybe putting in a Wizard's Lightning, but there's no wizards in the deck, so probably not. Maybe try to deal with more flyers by adding another Mammoth Spider. Maybe don't need another Gift of Growth. I think I forgot to mention here, the one that I left in that I love is the Pyromantic Pilgrim. 3 casting cost, 3/1 haste. So you can start using him right away. Playset of that, you're just striking in so quickly with this Pilgrim. Fiery Intervention, I wish it was a little cheaper. I don't care about the 5 damage, I care more about artifact destruction. And then ultimately when I get Chandra, I'm going to get her out creating more mana, dealing damage directly, or better yet, dealing a huge amount of pyromantic damage. So that was the Chandra Bold Pyromancer Planeswalker deck. Those were my upgrades. What do you think? How would you improve it? How would you change it? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? How do you like these decks in general? Like I said, I like them as a good starting point, but then they're fun to try to upgrade. My challenge was only common cards from Dominaria and only cards that I got from cracking packs that came with the deck. You can, of course, make an amazing deck if you've got the money, if you get every single card, play set of 4 rares and mythics and such, of course. But my challenge here, trying to be a little bit fun, is just commons from Dominaria. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in Dominaria.